most of the time you may find people talking about linear and non-linear circuits. And you may be wondering what's linear and the non-linear circuit. Well, a non-linear circuit, let's talk about non-linear circuits first. So non-linear circuits are essentially circuits whose characteristic given by voltage, current. So the plot voltage, current can be represented by a straight line. For instance, a resistor has the characteristic. Whoops! Yeah, I should really be passing through here. But anyway, a resistor has the characteristic voltage current, which can be represented as a straight line, so is a linear component. However, there are other components which may have a characteristic like this one. Whoops, like this one, which is definitely not a straight line. So those who don't have a straight line in the characteristic given by the voltage current graph, okay, those who don't have a straight line in the voltage current graph are called non-linear, and those who do have a straight line, like resistors are linear, like resistors who do have a straight line in the voltage current graph, well, those are linear components. So now it's pretty straightforward to think about what a linear and a non-linear circuit is. A linear circuit is a circuit that has linear components, and a non-linear circuit is a circuit that doesn't have linear component. Well, it may have linear component, but it also has non-linear components. So it actually has components that are not linear. So we can actually define non-linear circuits into two categories. The first category is those who use the conductive part of the non-linear component, and also the interdiction part of the non-linear component. So as a macro, you can say that linear circuits are those who have linear components. So basically, line in a straight line in the voltage current graph, while non-linear circuits have non-linear components. So basically not a straight line in the VC graph. So of those, we have two categories. The first category is made by the one that use the conductive part of the nonlinear component and also the interdiction part of the nonlinear component. And the second category is made by those who use only the conductive part of the nonlinear component. So conductive part on nonlinear component only. So the first use the conductive part of the nonlinear component and also the interdiction part of the nonlinear component. The second category use only the conductive part of the nonlinear component. An example, well, we can have, well, if you have a limiter, like something that limits something else, or rectifier. Well, rectifier is actually a better example. So rectifier. So a rectifier or a comparator or a converter, circuit that are sample age circuit, like converters, circuit as age, and so on. And in the second category, instead, we have, I don't know, like we have logarithmic amplifiers. Logarithmic amplifiers. That's a powerful name. No, I'm joking. We have anti-logarithmic amplifiers. We have other things like divisors, Rhodes extractors, like Rhodes extractors. We have waveform generators, and so on and so forth. So if it happens to find people who actually are talking about linear and nonlinear circuits, now you know that linear circuits are circuits that have linear components, which basically means that they have a straight line in the voltage current graph, like resistors. While nonlinear circuits are those who have nonlinear components, so those that don't have a straight line into the voltage current graphs, like, for instance, diodes or transistors, although I won't cover transistors here, and other components. So those nonlinear circuits also are divided into two categories. The first category is in which is formed by those that have a conductive, that make use of the conductive part of the nonlinear component, and also make use of the interdiction part of the nonlinear component. And we have like rectifiers, converters, SH circuits, and so on. And also we have the other category of nonlinear circuits, which are those nonlinear circuits that make use of the conductive part of the nonlinear components only. So they do not make use of the interdiction part, but only of the conductive part. And we have things like logarithmic amplifiers, anti-logarithmic amplifiers, Rhodes extractors, waveform generators, and so on and so forth.